SMT Nation, we back. Let's take a look at a story from the fine folks at bestmvno.com. The author is Bridget Cox, dated from September 15th. I'll go ahead and link this in the description for you. All right, the reason I want to go through this is because Total by Verizon just got rebranded. It used to be Total Wireless. It was a TracFone brand. TracFone gets purchased by Verizon. Now it kind of becomes Verizon's way to reach a much more cost sensitive audience, people that don't want to pay a lot of money or are unable to pay a lot of money for wireless service. It's a segment of the market that is ultra competitive. Prepaid carriers, MVNOs often work with lower margins, but it's an important business segment that has to be served, or else, a lot of millions, tens of millions of customers go unserved by certain carriers. And I think Verizon actually, with these kind of moves, puts themselves in a position to actually be competitive. They don't want to do it with their postpaid brand, but they're more than willing to do it with wholesale, like in the case with cable MVNOs like Comcast and Charter with Spectrum and Xfinity. And then they're also doing it with prepaid and with brands like Visible Wireless and all these different track phone brands. So let's take a look at what they need to do in order to be successful to properly serve these customers. All right, so I get the impression based on the stuff that I see in this article is that the prepaid industry is actually pretty healthy. It does feel like the prepaid carriers that are competing, are doing so in a way that's actually really healthy for the customer, meaning there's good plans out there that offer good value and are serving the customer as well. People want the plans, they're happy to pay for them, and they're getting what they think they're paying for. So you can go into stores like Walmart, Best Buy, other big box retailers, and they sell TracFone brands. But now with the Verizon kind of coming into the fold, you're probably going to actually see a more retail focused presence from Total by Verizon. And I get the feeling, I get this hunch that we're going to be seeing more brick and mortar presence for this brand. And this is totally true about prepaid brands. You have to have a retail presence because if you don't, you end up looking like Visible, which is invisible. See what I did there? All right. My point is, you got to have physical stores. Prepaid customers like to go in, have that support from retail associates, guide them and direct them towards value in purchasing devices and plans. So, Total Wireless becoming Total by Verizon in and of itself doesn't do much by having a rebrand, but they need a retail presence because they have to compete with the likes of Boost Mobile, Cricket, and Metro by T-Mobile that all have dedicated stores. So Verizon happens, right? They purchased TracFone in 2021. They can now source better customer support, larger customer support. They can probably bring better value in terms of things that come with the plans, hotspot data, high speed data. They've even done things like with Disney Plus and stuff like that with prepaid, which could be good for some people. Now, at the end of the day, I will tell you guys when it comes to prepaid carriers, the ultimate value comes in the form of bottom line price. But again, they can compete here. As long as they're comfortable with the sale prices that they offer and the value there, they can do it. Now, there's a lot of customers from track phone brands who have some really old devices, and they're going to be looking to get into newer phones. As they transition from older devices, voices like non-voice over LT phones or 3G phones, moving towards, a 5G phone, this is where a carrier like Verizon as an MNO can kind of step in and maybe kind of subsidize and get involved with making the cost of the phones cheaper, get these customers into better phones that could better be utilized on their network, and get them out of some of the older SIMs, the older plan access and stuff like that. Uh, they've got to make this process seamless, porting, moving, changing SIMs, and updating devices. Do all that in the store, get the sales for the devices, get people moved into these new plans. And that's what Verizon can do based on the resources they have as a large carrier. And they can put the right people in place to execute these things. So to me, I feel like this article does a pretty nice job of highlighting these things. People coming in asking for the cheapest phone possible, serving them. People that are coming in looking for a good value, serve them as well, right? And These customers like to go into stores and do that shopping and ask those questions and get that support. Something that when you go to like Walmart and Best Buy, I don't know if they're necessarily doing those things for customers who are inquiring about total wireless. Verizon can change that. I'm excited to actually see how this plays out. I want to see if Verizon does execute it, and I actually want to see how they do it. I want to see if they actually open up dedicated multi-branding stores, possibly put authorized dealers in there that can sell all of the Verizon prepaid brands that used to operate under TracFone. And who knows, maybe we see some consolidation of the brands. So instead of having whatever it was, like 20 brands that went into TracFone, maybe just a few that execute it so that there's strength in numbers for them and they can give good value to customers. Again, it may sound kind of counterproductive, like consolidating brands and competition, but I will tell you guys, like I've been speaking to multi-brand dealers in the Cleveland area, and they actually like working with Verizon. I get the sense that they're happy with the compensation more so than they are with Boost. And right now, I'd say the sentiment towards Metro and their dealers is really negative. I think Cricket's doing pretty well. We have seen some openings and stuff like that, some new stores. So that seems to be doing pretty good for AT&T. But I think Verizon could have something here. We'll see how it plays out. Again, this is a book that's just starting to be written. It has to play out. Uh, we'll know more about the TracFone brand and its transition and its growing pains under Verizon probably in the next couple of quarters. I'll probably reevaluate this probably mid-year 2023 to see how this plays out. Tell me what you guys think about this story and kind of how things execute. Are you interested in the brand Total by Verizon? Do you like what's going on in prepaid? Do you think they're going to find success? Do you think Verizon can do it? You think they're going to fail? Let me know. You are the voice of the people, the SMT Nation. Let your voice be heard. Like, share, subscribe for more. Turn on the bell notification icon to never miss an upload. Links in the description for my Patreon page, my Twitter handle, and all business inquiries can go to the Gmail address in the description box. Thanks for watching. See you all in the next one. Peace.